Why does interleaving create contextual interference for learning? Imagine trying to learn how to solve different types of puzzles all in one sitting. It feels a bit chaotic, right? That's because your brain is switching gears constantly. When you use a study method called interleaving, you mix different but related topics or problem types in one session instead of focusing on just one. This might seem confusing at first, but it actually makes your brain work harder in a good way. This difficulty is called contextual interference. It happens because your brain has to constantly retrieve and switch between different pieces of information. This process isn't as smooth as practicing one topic over and over. Instead, it forces you to actively recall what you learned and compare different ideas. That active effort helps you learn better because you're not just memorizing facts. You're learning to tell similar concepts apart and pick the right approach for each problem. This is what people call a desirable difficulty, an extra challenge that leads to stronger learning over time. From a science point of view, interleaving combines two powerful effects. One is spacing, which means spreading out your practice over time. The other is testing, which involves recalling information to strengthen your memory. When you interleave, you naturally space out your practice and test yourself more often because you're always switching between topics. This makes your learning more durable. For example, if you're studying math and you mix algebra and geometry problems, you'll get better at solving both types on tests than if you practiced each one separately. The same idea applies to sports or music, where mixing different skills and practice helps you perform better in real situations. But it's important to remember that interleaving works best when the topics are related enough to compare but different enough to challenge you. If the topics are too similar, the benefits fade. If they are too different, it can become overwhelming. There's a sweet spot where interleaving helps you learn most effectively. So, if you want to get more out of your study time, try mixing up your topics. It might feel tougher at first, but it trains your brain to handle different problems, remember longer, and apply what you learn in new ways.